For sure, you have heard of Alan Turing, and you might vaguely know him as this genius from the 20th century who was one of the fathers of computer science. But have you actually read some of his papers? Because with all the hoopla around artificial intelligence, which is now every freaking where out there, if you go and read some of his papers from 1948, from 1950, 75 years ago, on artificial intelligence, on intelligent machinery, it is absolutely mind-blowing how far ahead of his time he was. The two papers that I highly recommend you go read right now because they're so relevant today are one, Intelligent Machinery, which is a paper from 1948, and where he describes in which ways humanity could produce intelligent machinery. And then, of course, his very consequential paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence, where he defines the imitation game and he defines for the first time the Turing machine. Famously, Turing and the imitation game became a movie. These articles are incredibly interesting and profound, but my favorite part are his thoughts on the contrary views on the question of whether intelligent machinery can exist. So he goes and dissects every argument against the possibility of intelligence in machinery, one by one. So all those thoughts and thoughts experiments people had at the time, which are very similar to arguments you hear nowadays, and he refutes one by one why those are not arguments against the possibility of some intelligent machinery, some artificial intelligence existing sometime in the future. And specifically, one of the most amazing remarks, and perhaps one of the most important remarks that I found in these papers, comes in the paper Intelligent Machinery, where he points out that some people argue that intelligent machines could not exist because an intelligent machine, must not make mistakes. And what he responds to that is that that is not a requirement for intelligence, that intelligent machines at some point may be able or may make mistakes along the way. And he gives some example of young Gauss making a mistake in a very intelligent way. And this idea that you can allow intelligent machines to make some mistakes seems to me is the key of what has allowed to AI agents to flourish, because by allowing them to be wrong a small percentage of the times, you allow them to be able to answer a large percentage of all the questions that we ask them and be correct 85, 95% of the time, while if you required these machines to be correct 100% of the times, we would not be here in the progress we have made with artificial intelligence.